How you doing? Zach from West Coast Pop here. We are going to talk about NXT versus AEW Dynamite this week in the Tuesday night ratings. They went head-to-head because of baseball. So let us know what you watched, which show you like better, and if you didn't watch one and why. Get your comments in as we're going to go live here in a little bit with your questions, and we're going to break down the ratings, let you know who won this week's Tuesday Night War. I don't know if I'd call it a war. But anyways, you get the drift. Hey, here's the intro, and get your comments ready. All right, that is what's up. I mean, that is what's going on here. NXT versus AEW Dynamite. This will be a short stream, so get your comments in while you can. We're just going to talk about this, and this is going to be this week's POPCast episode. I don't know if Eric and Knock are going to join in. Eric's over in Florida dealing with the hurricane, so hope you're doing well, buddy. And Knock's got some stuff going on, so hey, if you're out there with the hurricane, be safe and let us know how you're doing if you are watching. I'm glad you could join us no matter where you are, and let us know how your week is going. Yeah, this is a very interesting kind of conversation here because it is a one-off. AEW Dynamite switched networks, and NXT has switched networks as well, but it is on more of an accessible network, which is the CW. Which one did you watch? What did you watch? A lot of people watched one brand and not the other. So get your comments in and let us know. I watched one last night, not live, but I did watch NXT. I did have a good time watching it, and I gotta say, it's a good show. I like the smaller arena. I really dug it, and I wish AEW would do more of that because we're going to talk about something else per SE Scoops. Another bad sign for AEW Dynamite, but I feel like AEW Dynamite is on, like, it's not dying. Obviously, it has a great new deal with Warner Brothers Discovery, but I feel it's on this thing that could be just a little downswing right now. Just got to find its momentum. We'll see if it can, and if you have any thoughts on how it can find its momentum, please chime in. All right. Did you get the numbers? Did you go online and check them out? I don't want to say that they're bad for AEW because, again, this is just a one-off for them switching channels, or excuse me, switching nights. It's not going to be permanent, but it wasn't good numbers, that's for sure. NXT drew some good numbers around the same as last week, but AEW, man, I want them to be doing better. We know Rampage is probably going away. I don't know how to explain this. Like, I don't feel bad for AEW, but I also want to feel bad for AEW a little bit. Man, let me just preface this. AEW Dynamite needs to find its footing a little bit more. It needs to figure out its formula a little bit more, and it needs to use Rampage while it can, because we don't know that's going off the air, and it needs to utilize Collision more. I don't need a hard brand split, but I do need certain champions maybe on one brand as opposed to the other. I maybe a few staples who aren't big names yet, just sticking around on Collision more so than Dynamite, and then they can kind of intervene on there. Queen Amanada is doing good stuff on AEW, and she probably will get put into one of the championship pictures, so that's cool. But man, oh man, they need to do better with their storytelling too. WrestleDream is this weekend. Are you excited for WrestleDream? I know it's going to be a good pay-per-view, but AEW television just has me super excited for WrestleDream. Let's get to the numbers, shall we? If you didn't look at the numbers, these are them. I don't believe that too much of an audience would ditch because they went from a Wednesday night to a Tuesday night. But these are the numbers from WrestleNomics. NXT with 874,000, AEW Dynamite with 329,000. Those, it is quite a difference in numbers, but if you look at it too, the number for NXT could go down as the two big hype episodes go away. But then again, there is still some interest in wrestling fans and other people about what the new dynamic in the new NXT facility is going to look like. So there's that. There is the fact that they might have a new audience with these new storylines coming in. Obviously, Tony D'Angelo becoming a new champ, and Kelani Jordan working with two big superstars from the main roster, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, could bring in people for a few more weeks, but it is up to NXT to keep the viewers. Now with AEW Dynamite being from a Wednesday to a Tuesday night, I don't think should have been that big of a difference. I don't see it being that big of a I don't know. That's quite the drop. As I just figure out my windows here, I just find it a little concerning. I guess we'll see what it is next week, but it is quite the big difference here in numbers. Let's break it down with WrestleNomics here. This is what they have up for NXT. These are the viewerships, and those are the ratings, the 18 to 49. These are very good for NXT, especially being on the CW, but the CW kind of did around the same numbers that they were doing with some of the programming before NXT aired. I'd say between 600,000 and 800,000, depending on the night. But NXT seems to be doing pretty decent so far on the CW. And then as we look from WrestleNomics here onto AEW Dynamite, these are their viewerships with their 18 to 49 rating right there. And there's the breakdown for you. There it is. Total viewerships, the live same day. You can look at the difference here between NXT and AEW Dynamite. It is a very vast difference here in the ratings. So, yeah, those are your ratings right there. Millennial Noob, how you doing? Did you catch either NXT or Dynamite last night? And what did you think? These are the ratings they are in. Man, it is AEW just needs a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? They need Warner Brothers to help hype them up too, especially if they are going to Max and help showcase the product. TKO knows what they're doing with UFC and WWE, and WWE has been around for so many damn years. But the ratings here for Dynamite, it's definitely not a nail in the coffin. We just need to see something and some more build-up. And I just wish AEW would take note of what happened on NXT last night in the small arena. It looked great. I like Collision when it was in the smaller arena recently too. So I hope they take a cue from that, because it can make the product look a lot better. Noob enjoyed NXT. AEW is downright laughable. They just need to find their footing. It's so... When you got the tagline, "This is where the best wrestle," you've got to be able to showcase that. You have to do it in a way maybe like sports does it too. I don't know, something like the Masters or something like that. When it comes up and how it builds up the best golfers, that's what you need to do, rather than just saying we're the best wrestle. Because you got a lot of great talent that a lot of people don't know about. If they know Sasha Banks, the name is switched, and some people don't know who Will Ospreay is. And Bryan Danielson name switch, Moxley name switch. 329,000. The thing about this is just like the AEW audience. I don't see that many people being like, "Oh my god, I can handle AEW on a Wednesday night, but on a Tuesday night, I have so much going on." I don't. That's just the weird thing about the ratings decline here. Let us know what you think about that. There's another thing here from SE Scoops, and if you watch Dynamite, let us know what you thought about this. But this is from them. They said tonight's Dynamite, obviously last night's, will have the lowest attendance in the show's history for a regular touring episode. And there you have it, AEW title Tuesday, the Dynamite Rampage tapings. 1,729 seats sold. I don't know if they gave out extra tickets too via radio or people that are in the area, but that is per SE Scoops, and wrestling tickets. You can find them on Twitter. that is the breakdown of that. So I did not watch Dynamite, so let me know how it looked. I only watched some of the highlights last night, the women's title match, and I watched Willow. Got to watch Willow's match. Great victory. And Penelope Ford came back. I love Penelope Ford. So that is the breakdown. That is very discerning stuff. Of course, there are rumors that AEW talent is a little upset about the attendance and the ratings, but I mean, they just snagged a new deal. So I don't know, man. You gotta figure something out. Who says this is why modern wrestling fans are downright dumb? What do you think about this though? Isn't this like maddening to you? It wouldn't. I don't want to say this would piss me off if I was in the locker room or anything like that, but like, where am I? I'll go here. There we go. But this is pretty messed up. This is pretty wild stuff here. We're in a decent time of wrestling. This isn't like a weird off season. I mean, this is a decent time when people are back to school and people are getting back into it. So it's just odd numbers for AEW. We'll see what the jump is when it goes back to Wednesday night next week. But again, this is the Dynamite and Rampage taping. So join us as we watch Rampage this Friday. We're going to have some stuff going on with some pop culture and some more stuff because we can't just watch Rampage because it's not that exciting. Because they mail it in. That's another part of Rampage. That is the third show that is probably getting axed because it is not in the highlights for upcoming AEW stuff on Warner Brothers Discovery. But man, you got to do something. You got to do something to build an audience. You can't just say this is where the best wrestle. I don't know. If you have any ideas on how AEW can like improve or gain more attention, because it is better for all of wrestling with AEW around. I don't care if you're into one company or another, but man, I mean, Bobby Lashley's going there probably this weekend to confront Swerve Strickland on his return. Bobby Lashley, this man has been in WWE, UFC, or MMA fighting. He's been in TNA wrestling. Now he's going to AEW, and I don't know, man. When they have this roster, which is pretty arguably one of the best in the business ever, when the ratings aren't hitting, you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out when you got this many awesome talents in your talent pool. I don't know. I'm pretty disappointed in the AEW ratings, but because WrestleDream is coming up. Is anybody watching WrestleDream this weekend? I know a lot of people will be, but I'm not really excited for WrestleDream. Again, a lot of AEW pay-per-views I see and I watch and I enjoy, but I don't get hyped up for them because TK doesn't exactly know how to do it. So when you have WrestleDream coming up this weekend, and these are the numbers coming up to it, what's the buy rates going to be, and what's the buy rates for WrestleDream going to be? Let me get to this comment, and then I'll go look up on Twitter, and we can watch. We can look it up together and see what the tickets are for that same Wrestle site. Come better catchphrase for AEW doesn't scream. Yeah. Your catchphrase shouldn't be measure and contest. I'll give you that one, noob. I'm gonna look up. We'll see what the AEW WrestleDream ticket sales are so far. All right, let's check out Wrestle tickets. Let's see if they have Dynamite and Rampage. There's that. Let me share my screen here, and then we'll go down to it. If you want to follow us on Twitter too, you can check us out. I got our handles down below on IG and Twitter. We check them out, Knock and I. I got NXT on the 8th. How much did that sell? That's all about the same amount here. Available ticket 1. All right, WrestleDream. Here we go. So current setup is for over 7,000. They'll probably add some seats too. 903 tickets available. That's a pretty good selling for WrestleDream right there. There's the map right there. You can see a lot of available tickets. A lot of the stuff behind the seats, the stage there. I don't know if it's going to sell, but all right, pretty decent setup here in Tacoma, Washington. Updated. Okay, so that's good. That's decent. For the pay-per-views, they usually sell about this. So do they have any other upcoming AEW pay-per-views on here so we can check this out? NXT Title Tuesday. Full Gear in November. That's close to selling out too. So that's over a month away, and it's only got 694 tickets left. So they're on pace with what they're trying to book for these events. So I got to give them that. All right. Not the worst in the world, but those are the standings right now for what's going on with AEW. NXT, these are the ratings right there. Again, the lowest attended in the show's history for a regular touring episode. Kind of bad news, but again, I think they can rebound. Honestly, if TNA can rebound again, I think AEW will be fine, but it's very disconcerting. So let me know what you thought of NXT last night too. I thought it was a really good show. I enjoyed it. Again, these are the quarterlies from WrestleNomics right there. 18 to 19 rating. But yeah, those are your numbers for NXT and AEW Dynamite. Man, all right. Big numbers from one, not so much for the other. Next week, the two big shows for NXT are done with, and they go back to a new look in the old place. So there was some construction, so I'm very curious to see how that gets presented on the CW. And AEW Dynamite goes back to its regular night, so we'll see if the fans come back on Wednesday night and it goes back up to around 700,000 to 800,000. But I mean, that's the drop. We're talking over 400,000 people said, no, I'm busy on a Tuesday night. You can't yell at anything except for AEW fans for that. I want AEW to do better. I love doing Friday Rampages with everyone. The Friday Rampage is going away because that's not going to be part of the deal, apparently. So join us this Friday, though. We will do Friday Rampage. If there are any topics that you want, hit us up in the comments. If you're not watching live below, definitely hit us up. And we cover everything from pop culture to whatever. So yeah, just on here, just talking about the ratings from this Tuesday. And if there's anything you guys think AEW can do to bounce back, it's not dire right now for AEW, but I mean, it should be a lot better. Going into Bryan Danielson's retirement tour, or at least full-time retirement tour, Swerve Strickland is really hot right now. The internet loves Will Ospreay. They just don't tune in, I guess. And Mercedes, you got the hottest free agent for the last 2 years. If all of these pieces, and it just needs to be a little bit better for AEW. So let us know in the comments what you think about it. And NXT, are you digging what they're doing so far with the new brand change? I know there's a lot of main roster people on there. Orton, Punk, Belair, Cargill, Jey Uso was on last night as well. So it's a lot of hype to bring it in, but you think they're doing all right? Austin Theory is still stuck in NXT for the rest of his life. Oh, those are the things. The first Monday Night Raw on Netflix looks like it's coming here to the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles. Knock and I are talking about going. So if you're going to be in the Los Angeles area for that, let us know. Man, I'm really excited for that. It is reported to be a PLE level event. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to come from AEW Shockwave, if that is a real deal thing or not, because it's reported that Warner Brothers Discovery does have a small stake in there, and it's reported to be less than 10%. So we'll see. I mean, these are all internet speculations, but I hope with a stake that company will let the AEW Shop and Network around to another company, because if you build the brand, you build the ratings, and you build all this other stuff and merch and sales and everything like that, and then Warner Brothers is happy, and they don't lose a ton of money on a musical that they don't advertise as a musical. Joker, what are you doing? The internet still hates Mercedes Moné because they think she's still Sasha Banks. Internet is wild right now. Internet, man, they hate everyone and they love everyone. It's just, it's funny with some of these crap Twitter accounts too, because I don't know, when you have to type "we're so back" multiple times a year, you're not back. And if you think everything is that great in your company, you don't need to type that, because you're enjoying it, so it's cool. I don't see TNA fans doing that. if you're into TNA, let us know. That is on tomorrow night. And if you're going to a live TNA event, let us know too. And we'll try to follow you online because TNA is killing it right now. So good for TNA. Dynamite. Come on. Mentioned YouTube channels. Yeah. Those damn YouTubers, huh, noob? All right. Join us Friday night. We're going to talk a lot more stuff. The new Nintendo clock. I'll try to get something for that. Check out the video so you know what we're talking about. It wakes you up with Nintendo sound. Talk about the new Green Lantern and what the series is about. I'm excited for the new Green Lantern. I will have a smart-ass comment for what the story is for the show. And we'll talk a bunch more. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got Halloween, and we'll talk more movies, pop culture, and a possible comic signing this weekend. So we'll see. Got a lot going on, but that is it. If you're not watching live, let us know your thoughts on NXT versus AEW Dynamite and wish you enjoyed more. And again, what can AEW do to build its audience bigger? Noob, thanks for joining. Everyone else, thanks for watching. Please leave comments, hit that thumb up button. And Eric and everyone in Florida, stay safe. We're thinking of you. And Knock, hope you're doing well as well. So that's it for West Coast POPcast. This is a short episode, short and sweet, but hey, just wanted to talk about this because it's kind of a big deal, not a huge deal, but also a big deal because if you're looking at metrics, it's a big deal. Anyways, sit back, enjoy some wrestling, and watch, support, and all that good stuff. Hey, Zach for West Coast POPcast. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you Friday night for the Rampage live stream. Be excellent to each other, everyone. Take care.